Hey everyone, so I want to give a basic rundown of my experience with CDP Labs. It was a tremendous experience and still is because I still use them while I'm here in the UK. So my experience, I really enjoyed the sessions because I had like 2 weeks to prepare for the exam, um, to study thoroughly. I was doing haphazard reading here and there because I was going to class, but I wasn't going as often as I should have. And so I joined CDP Labs, found them through YouTube when I was trying to find a tutor because I really needed a tutor because that's the only help I see, at that point in time. So for me it was great. Like what I did was I utilized my learning skills, right? I'm a visual learner, and Ronique, he taught me lessons of how to use my visual skills. And with that, I put in the hard work of going through each section of the syllabus and utilize my visual skills by running through pictures, using pictures and diagrams to understand each lesson and ensure that I kept all the different areas. And for me, like even now, I literally remember my experience doing that, and also I remember the things from what I've studied. So it was more like it became more solidified in my mind, and I really enjoyed it. And one encouragement I would give is that find your learnings, find what you how you used to understand stuff. Like different persons are different learners. You have visual learners, you have persons who can literally read something and understand it. But I'll encourage you to put in the hard work, put in the time, and to use the technique that suits you, to become more familiar and understand the subject matter more easier. So for me, the exam was really made easier because of those techniques. Yeah, I got a grade two because I did not study one section thoroughly. Let me just get that in. But one encouragement I would give: study it thoroughly and study each section thoroughly so you can get your grade one. And good luck to you all. Have a wonderful study session at CDP Labs.
So I remember one night searching for videos, CXE videos on the skeletal system. And that was when the search result came up and I saw CDP Labs Video Services, Skeletal System Explained, plus CXE practice questions. I was so thrilled. I watched the video and I understood it. So that was January 28, 2021. And watching the video, I realized that he does live on a Wednesdays and on a Mondays. I was so excited because my human and social biology teacher at the time, he just read from the concise. So he would say, turn to page 83, and I didn't have the concise. And so when I found Mr. Bernard's videos on YouTube, it was a real blessing. I was able to participate in the classes, answer questions, and I would get them right. And what I love about Mr. Bernard is that he doesn't just teach, he gives you questions. So as you finish one, he carries you to a CXC paper and to work the questions. So I got a grade one in human and social biology, and my experience was so amazing. When you come on the classes, he did a devotional, and you not only learn about human and social biology, but you learn about the Word of God, and that was so fulfilling. I learned even a new way how to study, like using visual, because I'm a visual learner, and Mr. Bernardi that only applies to the auditory, the visual he takes into account all types of learners, and that's really profound. So he is the best choice that I've ever made, and I can say thanks be to him. I got a great one. Also, he I remember that the night before the exam, he was talking about the skeletal system and its attachments. No, my teacher didn't really pay specific attention to anything. He just wanted to finish reading the concise so that I wouldn't get to do that. But he went through it and said this is the attachment of the muscles, and ensure that you find a video while you're studying. And I did just that. And when I went on the exam, I was smiling because that same picture came and I was able to answer it. When I came out of the exam room, many persons were saying, I did not know how to answer this. What did you put? And I was so thrilled. So choosing Mr. Bernard was the best decision, and he is still the best choice.
Good morning, one and all. I'm here to tell you guys about CDP Labs, which is an online school where I did my THC classes with. I started the school in 2018. At this time, I just had my second girl. She was some months old. She was born in October. She was some months old. I started school in January. I saw the ad on Facebook. I wasn't sure if it was legit. You know, there's a lot of fake things going around, a lot of fake schools, a lot of fake jobs and all that. So I wasn't sure that this school was legit. But I saw where my life that I needed to make a change. So I applied to the school with a leap of faith. And I was so happy when I got the call that I had an orientation with the school. I went to the orientation. They explained how the online school works, the app you should download, what you do on the app, how the app works, and all of that information. And we did the first class for free. And then they explained to me about the registration and so on and so forth. And I was so intrigued by the professionalism shown by the teachers. And they are respectful. Even though we are adults, they are respectful to us. So they don't want to, oh, you'd go to some evening classes and the teachers are so disrespectful because they believe that you're adults and you should know this and you should know that. If you don't know something and you ask questions, they don't see you as being dumb or being slow or anything. They don't have a problem explaining anything to you. So they love their job. That's the greatest thing about CDP Labs teachers. They love their job. They love their jobs. So they literally explain anything it is that you want to know about the class. And they generally care about your well-being. They generally want to see you be successful in whatever subject area you're doing. So they work very closely with you individually or in a group. The classes has no more than 8 students to a teacher. No more than 8 students to a teacher. So it all has to do with how badly you want it. Also, because if you're not committed, if you're not focused, then you won't get the desired results that you want. So I started 4 months to the exam, because the exams are in May, June. So I started 4 months to the exam, and I did 3 subjects at the time. At the time I wouldn't say that I was financially stable, but I was still determined that, okay, I'm going to do this. It's now or never. Ali, I'm coming to you. So I go ahead and I paid for the first, and then at times I didn't have it, and I was able to talk to the CEO about it, and they were so helpful as to give me a timeline or whatever to pay the money, come up with some agreement, being that you keep up to your end of the bargain. If you say you're going to do this, then you're going to do this. If something happens, it's okay to say, look, this happened, once you're being generally truthful that this happened. Because this school, they put God first. That's the greatest thing. They put God first. And when I say they put God first, they put God first in everything they do. So they're very helpful, they're very caring, towards your needs. They understand that, okay, things do happen, situations do come up, and they have your back. So when I did these first 3 subjects, I got 2 out of 3 for 2018. And I went right back in for 2019, and I did 3 subjects, again inclusive of the subject that I didn't get. So I got all 3 subjects that year, thanks to CDP Labs and God, of course. And my hard work actually paid off. The teachers' hard work paid off. And their teaching methods for every subject are designed to help you learn and fully understand the subject. And to tell the truth, I really hated maths when I just started, because from primary school I hated maths. I didn't like maths at all. But by the end of it all, I started to really took a liking to maths. And as for my subjects, for the certificates, I don't have them where I am now, because I my mother. That's what happens when you live too much places. I don't really have the certificates to show you now. But of course, you can feel free to text me outside of this video, and I can show you at a later date my certificates. But this school is it's a real deal. It's as real as it can get. So I did POB and POA, that's Principle of Business and Principle of Accounts, which is a 2-year subject, a 2-year course subject. And I did it in less than a year. And I got a grade 1 for POB and a grade 3 for accounts. For math, I got a grade 3. For human and social biology, I got a grade 1. And I got a grade 2 in English. So those are the subjects that I did. And later on, that helped me to apply to college. I also applied to college, Texas State Community College, and got through to do my business degree. And so at this point in time, I don't see nothing that can really hold you back into getting what it is that you want. Because if you work hard enough, you can achieve it. There's nothing that is unachievable. Yes, you may say, okay, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that, but there are ways around it, and we just need to find the ways around it. And this school is very affordable, very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. And if it is that you can't do all you want to do at one time, you just need to take it piece by piece until that whole cake becomes a whole. So thank you guys.
Hello, my name is Sean Day Tucker. I have been attending the CDP Maths Lab program for about a month before exam. The program was very fulfilling, mostly reason being I got what I went for. I passed the exam, even though I entered just a month before the exam, so I was extremely late. The teaching techniques are excellent. The teacher takes the time out to make worksheets, videos for his students. Mr. Bernard was my teacher. He takes interest in his students and all his work. I would give the teaching techniques as well as the teacher a 9.5. I joined the program late. Out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. I joined the program late. So, but based on all my experience, it was really good. Mr. Bernard tolerance level, when it comes to class time, he means business. No, everyone has to participate in class. Not because it's an online class, you're going to think that okay, you're just gonna just sit there and you're not going to do anything. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take part in his class. He's a no nonsense person when it comes to class time and when it comes to his work. He has to do all his assignments. I would recommend this program to anyone. Trust me. It's a really good program because if I entered a month before exam and I passed the exam, that says everything for itself. The program speaks for itself practically then because I can just imagine for persons who started when the program was just started, those persons must have done really well. In terms of changes in the program, I don't see any era in which there should anything to be changed. The only problem you might have is the internet. Well, if you have a stable internet, you'll be quite fine. You shouldn't have any problem at all whatsoever.
Hi guys, I am Dajana Kelly and I'm making this video to say a big thank you to the CDP Labs Edu Services. To be more specific, Mr. Ranique Bernard. Before joining, I was without a maths teacher and really struggling. I signed up for the 1 month CXC marathon for only $5,000 and honestly, it was one of the best decisions I've made. The way they explained everything made it so much easier to understand and it played a huge role in helping me pass.